Share my screen with the audience. Oh, okay. Hey, none of that. That's cool. Right on. Blueberry Kush Grape Sherbet. Hello, everybody. Haven't seen some of y'all in, maybe about an hour. But welcome to our first live sesh. We made it over 50. So thanks to Bodie. Thanks to our friend KPC and everybody who has subscribed along the way to get us here. So just finished up making the second cup. So we've got a few things lined up here as far as glass and smoking apparatus go. I don't know what the final. If anybody, yeah, I just went ahead and grabbed the bong that I am already using. I cleaned it up, put some fresh water and res block in it, but trying to make sure how do I get to my community? I can't figure out where to go. Home. I give up. Anyway, where's my content? Man, I wish YouTube would quit screwing with stuff. I just want to click over here and find my content, and it's gone. But oh well. I was going to see what the grab the prototype. That's more for outdoors. Shaking the neighborhood with. But yeah, I went ahead and grabbed my pre-ground jar of this is salmon belly. Oh, smells amazing. Oh, I wish I could just have y'all smell it. But yeah, the prototype, yeah, I could show it to y'all. It's the one you saw in the short. It's more for the outdoors. It kind of is something easy to throw in your pocket. Don't have to worry about breaking it because I am a big fan of glass. I love my glass. Not as fancy on video. I appreciate you, brother. Cleaning noise with extremely loud music. Right on. Smell-o-vision needs to be a thing. Yeah, man. Especially, man, I don't know, if you grow your own or which part of the country you live in. If you live in a legal state, I don't know how your growers do, but we have a few growers here in Michigan that absolutely knock it out of the water. My favorite is Empire Collective, but there are some other growers who are doing amazing work as well. I want to say this one's by Michigrown. It's either that or Lake State Canna. I'd have to go back and check the bag. I do keep a lot of. I take a picture of the labels so I know the testing, and I can find the actual name and stuff like that. But there's Papa. What's up, brother? And thank you, Gerbs. So, but keep it so I have the information, the breakdowns of THC, cannabinoids, and the name and the grower and all that stuff, dates of harvest. But in Michigan, it's required that all of that is on every product. Like I've got picked up an RSO dart, so on darts and stuff, you'll get these labels that tell you what the breakdown and everything is. They're required by law, so all of the flour has it on it as well. But yeah, we've got like I said, we've got the glass piece I've been using for the last couple days. If we're going to be doing big heady bong rips, got a couple of the smaller glass pieces. My favorite of all is a custom Sherlock. This is blown by Gentleman up near Hendersonville, North Carolina. I can't remember his name. I know I bought it off of another blower named Will, but I'm pretty sure Will did not blow this one. The Swerve. This is, in knife terms, this would be the equivalent of a mid-tech. This is a master glass blower who has a custom piece that is pretty much the same design. All one piece, though. This is actually, if you got it up close, you can start to see some seams like this one. So he has apprentices who blow the different little parts, and then he teaches them basically how to do the different tricks that he does the custom piece with. Breaks it down into bite-sized chunks. As soon as they get those and they do them well enough, he assembles them into the pipes that you can buy like this. So instead of a $300 piece of glass, this for the custom, this would be more like $120, $120, $150, somewhere in there. Mama, good to see you. Dry rub your legs. Rub and lollipop them. Right on. Right. I am all glass pretty much all the time. I have one hitters, there's stainless and brass and stuff like that. I've got the new prototype, which is brass. Thinking about picking up an actual titanium bong, like a hiking bong. It's real. Is 100% titanium, except the pack is stainless steel. Very cool looking. So we got stuff coming in for this channel as well as our first channel. And we will take y'all along to some of the coolest gear that is out there, some of my favorite gear that I've collected over the years and stuff like that. But first things first, let's get this fucking bong loaded. But yeah, glass is 100% my jam. And scientific glass, if you ever hear me talk about scientific glass, a lot of us started out with those soft glass bongs, water pipes, whatever you want to call them. And then they got smart and they started using this scientific glass because they have these ground glass joints. So these things all fit together. There's a little bit of a taper on that. So they all fit together nicely. They're standardized in size. So I can go out and if this breaks, I can replace it. If this breaks, I can replace it. If this breaks, I'm screwed. But yeah, they absolutely they have gotten it down. So scientific glass is also borosilicate glass, which if you don't know is the same thing as Pyrex, the original Pyrex, not the crap you get now, which is soda glass. It is not borosilicate glass. But you can't hear me? Do I need to turn up the gain? Or I wonder if I don't think I get I don't have all the controls on YouTube that I do on StreamYard, so I don't get to select which music's too loud. Gotcha, brother. So but yeah, borosilicate glass is exactly a silicate glass that's had boron added to it, which greatly improves its strength. So that's what they build all the beakers and Erlenmeyer flasks and all that stuff out of that scientists use in the lab. So this is basically just lab glass that's been repurposed. Is all that scientific glass is. Oh, Blaze, what's up, brother? And brother Todd. Good evening. If I miss anybody, it's because I'm focusing over here. Try to look up in there now and then, catch all of y'all. So, but yeah, this style of glass, this thing just fits my hand so well. It just lays in there. One of the reasons I picked that one up when that's one I picked up when I was helping run the shop down in South Carolina. Same here. A lot of this glass came from there. So these are just, my favorite little walk around the house type pipes. pull out a different piece of glass, and then when I clean it, I'll put it away and let it dry and pull out a different piece. So kind of like the knives. Get tired of carrying the same thing every single day, so you swap out every now and then. And you may go find that you have the same 2, 3, 4 favorite pieces that you go to frequently. Like I probably have, I think right now, 5 different bongs in various sizes, and some are 14, some are 18s. But I have a 14 that is a Swiss perk, which is what they call this one that has all the holes. A 14 that is my diehard favorite of all. This one, 18, a little bit bigger, takes a little bit more breath to get through, stuff like that. But let me stop talking for just a second and do a. You got to go scoop the litter boxes. Ooh. But yeah, let's get this first rip going. Go Chiefs! Oh, Merca. Fuck yeah. This is such a good time to go live. I didn't stop to think if there's somebody else on live for as far as the knife community right now. I think it's Zach's time. Or is it Tri-State still? You use a Rick and Morty bong you found in a frat house remodel. Awesome. But this evil little SOB. Once you get used to it, it's awesome. It's actually glass down in there. So even though this part's plastic and this is metal, you're actually smoking out of glass. And then there's a screen down in there you can see. So that catches anything that makes it through there. This little thing will rip your face off. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. That little thing in that tiny pack will completely fuck up an entire table of people. KC is live. Always a good chance. Yeah, KC is live frequently. Zach's on in a half hour. Tri-State is done. Slippy and Thrifty. Okay. Right on. Yeah, that incredible. This is the big one, the I-420. This big dude will absolutely, because it's a steamroller, right? And you pull it out to carb it. So once this thing, in fact, let me get the first one full. I'll pack up one of these because I've been thinking about moving over to that for a few days anyway. But yeah, the incredible will absolutely wreck you. If you got a small group of people and you want to screw everybody up and you don't have a whole lot of product to put in it, that is the way to go. So not exactly the most enjoyable smoke you will ever have, especially if you're not used to using it though. You never seen one? Yeah, they have a smaller version called the M420, and it's much smaller. Like they have a pipe adapter and stuff. You can put it in the top of a pipe and then light it and pull up on it. They have little squeeze lever, so that one you can open up the carb just by squeezing on it and stuff. This one doesn't have all the attachments and stuff, but honestly, I wouldn't want them. This thing is huge. Trying to put it in a pipe, you'd need it looked like a set of bagpipes or something. Bless! What's shaking, brother? Might need to get one. Definitely check it out. Um, yeah, the M420. I don't know. Uh, Incredible M420. Oh, they're out of New York, Montauk, New York. Maybe M420. I just want the M420. How much they run? Because I want to say the big one. Yeah, it's like $50. Let me see if I can. There we go. Is it? Oh, sweet. So this is the small one. This is the M420. Like I said, much smaller around, and this little top nozzle part will fit down into a bunch of different little. Do they have any of the? Let's go. Yeah. We have, yeah, they got a bunch of these little add-ons and stuff. You can put in the front. You can put the actual top down into some of them, things like that. But the actual bowl on it is this little glass thing. It's really cool to see that they've got these though, especially if they're for the I-420. Okay, so I can replace. I can. Oh snap! And you can actually see it because one of the other problems with the Incredible is that your pack is out in front. That's why I've got this. One of the reasons I've got this little pipe cleaner wrapped around it so I can pull it out of that sleeve easily. But also it gives me an index so I can so I know kind of where that pack is inside there. So having something that actually came out and you could see the bowl on it, that would be really cool actually. Right on, Donnie. Enjoy that. Tell Ernie I said, hey, enjoy your breakfast with the fam and your emotional support in the eventual food talk. Todd knows what's up. So, yeah, bubbler version. Now that I know those exist, they didn't exist when I bought that. So I haven't been looking for parts for it. Yeah, Papa Rhino's the one that's going to be talking about all kinds of food. He's already got the smoker going. He got everything up. Brother Josh, what's up, kid, brother? But yeah, so that might have to happen. Had not seen those before. I dig it. Um, but yeah, the M420 versus the Fumo pipe. I just see the M420, and I want to see the pipes go with it. But yeah, the out in front sort of pack. There's a kind of a diagram of the original Sherlock that you can buy for it. So on top of just the steamroller aspect of it, you can take the steamroller and turn it into a pipe, put other stuff on. You can get much longer tubes for the small one. I think there's another, maybe one size bigger for the, at least there used to be. Hell, and by now they probably got custom links you can make for it. But yeah, the Incredible is no joke. Either size of it is nice, but I really like the big one personally. No, we need the bubbler, right? And that's the one thing. My friends who don't like this is because it's a pain in the ass to light and control how much of that pack you're lighting. So other than that, that thing is an amazing tool. I send you vids of some of the for when the matchy set in. Right on. Did you send it to Grumpy or Profit? So, but yeah, that's one of my favorite in terms of getting getting messed. That's one of the favorite tools I own right there. One of my favorite tools in the box is that Incredible. It will straight mess you up. I was going to. Oh, I was going to go to Insta. That's what's up. And you sent it to Profit, I'm going to assume, because I don't see any messages. Oh, there was a message. It just hadn't showed up yet. Damn it. Switch back. This is not easy for me, whether I've been smoking or not. Uh-oh. Sent a series of them. I already saw the brisket prep. Got the smoker set up. Like I said.
There you go, brother. I'm doing ribs, and then I've got lollipop smoked chicken going on here in a little bit, and did some
that
pork
is
butts overnight.
honestly about the perfect size smoker. And then
we've got Mama Rhino's famous homemade
mac and cheese,
heart attack mac and cheese.
Oh. There you go. So there's a first round of food stuffs. Snuck out for a quick bowl. Right on. Well, Mama's homemade heart attack mac and cheese. Right on. No, you're fine, brother. I just didn't know which. It's easy to switch accounts on Insta. It's because he's old. It is true. Very true. I am running dark mode on most stuff. It doesn't stick on Instagram. Every time I switch accounts, it changes back to light mode. So yeah. So I've tried. But yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't think about that blinding you. Yeah, right. Meta crap. Eat right there. Well, it's not so big that you've got all this extra space when you only want to do a couple racks or a couple butts or something like that. But it's big enough that if you wanted to slam, 6 briskets in there, you can. We made too much beer and then too much lasagna. Well, man, if you're going to make too much of something, that's 2 good ones. Right, Papa? Damn it, Blaze. As long as you didn't find yourself chomping on some Tootsie Rolls or anything, you good. Turkey chili. Cornbread is in the future. Nice. Oh man, beef cheek and tongue. I mean, that's getting about as close as you can to legit birria without just buying the whole head and stuffing it in the ground. Got to head back to work, Neil? Right on, brother. Hopefully you get off soon and you can go have a session of your own, my friend. But hopefully the weather's treating you well down there still, man. Rib tip baked beans and potato salad. Ooh, I've been craving some cowboy beans lately. So whether I do it with venison or beef or pork or whatever, just some baked beans with a bunch of extra brown sugar, mustard, some peppers diced into it, some onions diced into it, and then some kind of meat. Oh yeah. 74 in the desert. You're still a little warm, but that's getting down to just about the right spot for me. First supper is shepherd's pie tonight. Yeah, there's something very comforting about shepherd's pie. You dig the cowboy beans too, Gons? Yeah. Think you're having pizza? I wish I could bring myself to believe there's going to be some awesome pizza that they either made or brought in from someplace cool, Uncle Cow, but hopefully it's good. You need to live closer to Papa Rhino, right? Macaroni and cheese with hot dogs or sausage tonight? Oh, I've been on a mac and cheese kick lately. Every now and then I'll dice up some hot dogs or throw in some peas or broccoli or something with it too. Put four kinds of beans in yours. See, I have a tendency to just put a couple in because it's usually two kinds. I love the Bush's grilling beans. So I start off with a couple different kinds of those, and then sometimes I mix in some regular beans. Burn ends mac and cheese or pork belly mac and cheese. See, now you're just getting fancy, but yeah, would love that. Would absolutely love burn ends and mac and cheese, or burn ends in mac and cheese. Either way, I'm good with that. Have to have kidney beans in northern. See, I stay away from kidney beans. Those thick ass skins can bother me sometimes, and I have friends that they really bother, so I backed off using them years ago. Just Casey Staples, yeah. At one point in time, I used to always keep slabs of pork belly and some pork belly that I cut into 4-inch squares, so I could make whatever uh, just by thawing them out and cooking them. And then pre-cooked pork belly and brisket, so I could make whatever I wanted. Yeah. But yeah, the kidney beans they started bothering me a little bit, but they bother some friends a lot. And then I found out that there's kidney beans because of those thick skins. Sometimes they don't want to cook fully, and I forget what it's called, but it can actually cause people like some serious intestinal distress. Yeah, there's some kind of syndrome that comes from eating kidney beans that don't cook all the way. And sometimes they just don't want to cook all the way. So it's not that you didn't cook them long enough, it's that, yeah, they just didn't cook. Very fibrous. Yeah, all beans are quite fibrous, but I'm sure kidney beans, because of the extra skin, are more so. Had a homemade chicken pot pie with cream and tarragon peas, carrots, and taters. That sounds good. Like I said, I've got a whole rotisserie chicken I pulled last night, cleaned it, and set the meat aside to do something with. I haven't decided yet, but I also have a puff pastry. I could do a chicken pot pie. Huh. Go navy beans, pinto beans. Yep, those are my go-tos. Navy beans, pinto beans, Great Northerns, black beans, small red beans. I do a lot of red beans and rice. So easy. So good. With half bacon and half pork bellies, molasses, brown sugar, a little bit of seasoning. No food cooked, but I'm snacking on a fudge. No store-bought crust. I am only store-bought crust. I freaking hate dealing with pie crust. I hate even more. I've never even tried to make puff pastry or phyllo or anything like that from scratch. I already know I don't have that kind of patience. I can do pie crust from scratch. It's not hard at all. It's just the stuff rolled up from Pillsbury or whatever is good enough for me. So banana bread with chocolate chips earlier. Yeah, the pastries I made, if you saw them on Instagram, um, the pastries I made Friday, that was store-bought puff pastry. I just cut into squares. I had made filling out of some of the leftover blueberry stuff and some cream cheese and some dark chocolate chips, and put them in the man. I thought they were going to explode and spill their guts all over every place. They didn't. They were awesome. That was a dilemma. I'm not a day smoker until the day I can't find my reading glasses. Oh no, definitely don't want to smoke the indica. Don't want to smoke the indica in the middle of the day if you're not a heavyweight. Banana bread and brownies yesterday. Yeah, you do too many baked goods at the same time and you get tired of them. But yeah, I'm an indica head too. BNA. Um, yeah, I mean I enjoy as long as it has a good terp load, like what we're smoking here. The salmon belly is a sativa dominant hybrid. Smells amazing, and it allows me to function still. If I start smoking indicas and smoked, even though I prefer small packs on my bowls, on my bongs, on everything. If I started smoking an indica, it wouldn't be too long before I wouldn't be able to follow the chat. Uh, 27, 28% indica dominant hybrid or indica, and Afghani Kush. Oh, Afghan lemon Kush is maybe my favorite strain I've ever had. I had some. I went to went to Colorado for the first legal 420. Me and a few friends drove out there from Indiana, spent a couple days out there, and drove back. The first place we stopped, I want to say in Colorado Springs or Pueblo. Um, I picked up a little bit of Afghan lemon Kush, and it tasted like pledge smells. Oh, it was so good, so lemony, so amazing. Dawn got lost on her way back. Who gets tired of baked goods? I do. I get tired of carbs all the time, sweet stuff sitting around all the time. I like them as a treat. I don't want them around all the time. So when there's a bunch of different stuff, I start feeling bad, literally feeling bad. A strong gassy indica or hybrid, yep, yeah, those are my favorites. If when I find my glasses, I'll let you know. You think the goat piss is a bit advanced for you? Northern Lights, really? I'm not a fan of Northern Lights at all. I've got Jay and I have a buddy. You'll sometimes see him in chat at the other channel. Our buddy Matt, Northern Lights is one of his favorites. It's just too light, lacking the terpene profile I like. The old sandalwood musky flavors, yeah. Tahoe OG is another one of my favorite strains. You don't see very much, but Tahoe OG had a very sandalwood, tasty flavor. You stand corrected. It's I like them. I just like I assume it's being pre-diabetic or something. Too many sweets, and I am a hardcore lover of carbs. Right, because he doesn't get tired. Yeah, it is kind of that. I trained my brain to get tired of them, so I wouldn't eat them all. Old skunk they bred out for the most. You still find some skunks around here every now and then, but not the way it used to. There for a while, everybody was proud of skunk. My favorite strain before I went down to Bloomington was some type of skunk. I didn't have a name. We didn't know what it was at that point anyway. And when I moved to South Carolina, apparently it's Skunk Central, and it was just before the skunk rut or whatever. So I'm riding my motorcycle around South Carolina because that's my favorite way to get around. And man, every time I'm like, man, somebody's growing. Oh no, it's just another skunk. Some strains do, Josh. Uh, yeah, on Vanish strains, yeah, I keep trying to highlight. Oh, I do miss StreamYard sometimes. Some strains do give you the munchies, Uncle Cow. That's one of the potential side effects for better or worse. Um, like uh, my roommate, one of the things they deal with is stomach issues, and having an appetite isn't just a natural thing like it is for most of us. So one of the things that they're always looking for are strains that will make them hungry. Um, so yeah, absolutely, it can. Not all of them do though, but it is something that isn't uncommon, I would say. Yes, yes, very much, Sister Dawn. And I think it also does a lot to for people who are not the seasoned smoker that some of us are. I mean, after 4 decades of smoking and a lot of a lot of strains under the bridge, um, I think maybe I've developed not only a tolerance but some willpower along the way to say, you know, I don't need to go raid the refrigerator right now. I may be hungry, but I'm not in need of food hungry. So that's just me. No, no, you're fine, Sister Dawn. You are absolutely good to go. Uh, but it's like if there's somebody who, if I'm smoking with somebody who's much newer to smoking than I am, I will keep an eye on them because a lot of times they'll get paranoid. A lot of times they will get the munchies. A lot of times they will exhibit non-typical behavior. So I end up just watching out for people if I know they're not as accustomed to the side effects as I am. Some are great for nausea. Just makes you tired anymore since you haven't been able to smoke with work and such for so long. See, that's the number one reason I smoke is most of my life I've been lucky to get much over about 4.5 hours of sleep. So I smoke to try and get myself to sleep earlier and hopefully sleep a little longer. You know, still only smoking during the day when your BFF is here. Oh, that's well, yeah. I know you've been. You said you've been smoking for quite a bit of your life, but you don't smoke a whole lot. I guess your endocannabinoid system isn't as completely inundated as mine is. Um, but no, you are absolutely fine, Sister Dawn. Ask questions. Say whatever you want. You're all good. I am willing to bet it would, if we could find the right strains and the right method of, uh, you know, the right method of consumption for you. It would almost certainly help with some issues. You know, making sure it didn't interfere with any of your medications might be one of my concerns, but absolutely, I would think it would. It's like I don't even like taking a over the counter medicines. Taking an Aleve, I've got to be in pretty pretty good pain before I'll even take an Aleve. Like when my back goes out, I go to Aleve first because I don't want to take muscle relax or anything. So, but cannabis has been my number one medication for, like I said, 40 years, over 40 years. And it absolutely does Does help me with relaxing. Some strains help with very much with relaxing. We picked up a new one from Mood Cannabis Company here in Jackson. My favorite dispensary. Shout out to Mood. Great staff, knows what they're talking about. Amazing prices. They take good care of veterans. I very much appreciate and like them. But we were over there the other day, and their entire top shelf is pretty much Hempire Collective strains, which we have most of. So we'll occasionally look below the top shelf. Um, uh, Shake ounces for $25 and stuff like that are great for baking. So if I'm going to make a round of brownies or something, I'll dip into one of the shake ounces. But we're in there talking with them, and so we went through the middle shelf, and we got one called Hot Lana. I'd heard the strain before, but hadn't read about it, like heard of it. And definitely hadn't smelled it. And it's gassy and nice. I'm like, okay. So we got a little bit of that. We got a little bit of another one called Sherb Walker. Both from Lake State Cannabis Company, I believe. Man, that Hot Lana was I was starting to get a headache, knocked the headache out, knocked the stress in my neck back, which was probably what was causing the headache, and tasted amazing doing it. So I was really good. Very happy with that one. May have to go back and get a little bit more. One they recommended for pain sleep. Oh, okay. So your pinene, myrcene, the transcaryophyllene, those are all terpenes. So those are primarily known for giving things their smell and taste, but we are finding out that terpenes themselves also have some pretty amazing properties to them, like anti-tumor, like things to help you fight cancer, things to antifungal and stuff. We are now that we have opened up uh, legal cannabis. The research that's going on is finding all kinds of amazing stuff. Your THCA. So basically, 26% of that by weight is THC, the psychoactive cannabinoid in cannabis, and your total cannabinoids are just over 30%. So you've got another roughly 4% of other cannabinoids in there. And whatever those are, I can't tell you, but the terps break down into 2.53, so 2.5%, which should just be adding up those first few numbers that before the THCA. As long as it makes you laugh, that's a good one. That's a nice sativa. Probably makes you feel a little funny in your head, especially up here in front. Makes you giggly. That one may give you the munchies, but it's not going to lock you down in a chair, give you what they call couch lock, make you want to go to sleep in the middle of the day. So yeah, that they didn't recommend that for your sleep is probably spot on. Yeah, I've never had that strain, so I don't know how it would do for me as far as feeling anything. That's one of the things about I've been smoking so long and I haven't taken a break in a while, so my tolerance is up there. So I don't really feel a whole lot. Like I'm over halfway through. Let me get another drink. I keep talking, but I'm over halfway through the bowl I packed of the salmon belly, and it's not like I can feel it. I can feel it like right underneath my headband. But I can still manage a train of thought to some degree. That's never that easy for me because ADHD, but squirrel. And I am not a cloud caller. So whether I'm vaping or taking bong hits or what, it's not going to be that super thick cloud. Um, I just try and get a nice hit that I can hold in for as long as possible. And now that I'm talking to you guys, going out to shovel a bit and pull out the four wheeler. Four wheeler got a blade on the front, so you can maybe use it too. If not, we need to get you one of them. But yeah, you won't see like the thick, almost yellow looking smoke. Oh, that those days are long behind me. So if you're looking for some massive clouds and a lot of coughing and stuff, I don't try and do that to myself anymore. At most, you'll take a gummy after work. Don't feel off about experience. Oh no, not at all. No, like I said, it's not bad to be a lightweight. I've got friends who, even though they've been smoking for a long time, they don't smoke a lot. And so because of that, it takes them almost nothing to get just kind of crazy, giggly, having fun. I wish I was still like that. Headed over to Zach's. Right on, brother. Yeah, if y'all want to take off for Knife Lives, you are absolutely welcome to. I just wanted to come on and thank everybody for subscribing, getting us to where we can have these live sessions, hang out and have a bizzle with you while while everybody's cooking and getting ready for football games and whatever. But I'm going to keep going, but I will not be offended even slightly if you wanted to run off to some of your knife lives or other lives or whatever. Not at all. I appreciate you being here to begin with. And if I'd have known we were going to surpass that 50, be able to do a live today, basically via whatever methods and means, I would have set up to have the grill going today, and we would have sat out there and just done bong rips all morning. Has a not so secret food something. It is the oh, that one did get me a little bit. I forget what I named it. Uh, did I? Do I have a? No, not that. There we go. I forget what I named it. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a fat kid. I always end up talking about food. But yeah, I mean, smoking salmon belly, uh, hog leg. Oh, each one of my lives has a not so secret food sub. Yeah, but it is. I mean, I am a fat kid. I do a lot of cooking. Food is important to me because it's food and coffee and cannabis are my big three as far as where happiness comes in my life. So, after friends and family, as far as the daily routine, it's food, coffee, and cannabis. You're a fat kid at the beginning of the day, too. But yeah, here in a couple days, we'll have another live sesh where I will I'll have already recorded an unboxing of a new piece of gear that's coming once it finally gets here from its journey around the United States after a very quick trip here from Canada. Um, but yeah, Canadian company. I want to say it's a German design Canadian company. I'm almost certain it was probably built in China because it involves electronics. So at least part of it made in China. Um, but something I'm kind of excited about. Skinny but a fat kid at heart. um, but yeah, looking forward to getting that piece of gear in hand. Like I said, I got a couple other things I'd like to pick up at some point and get a little bit more money in, and and then I have a whole slew of crap from well, I can't say crap, of really nice stuff from my years of smoking and collecting glass and other paraphernalia. Uh, so, and it's just now that I'm back keeping track of some of the innovation and stuff, there's all kinds of technology out there that wasn't around 10 years ago when I was paying a lot more attention to it. Um, yeah, I need to get a hold of my buddy down in South Carolina that owns the shop down there and talk to him. See if he still talks to any. Well, I know he's still going to talk to the glass blowers, but any of the same ones that we were dealing with when I was down there. See if maybe we can get some of them on at some point. But yeah, I can take y'all into a few different worlds. So I know folks who own head shops. Uh, I know they know the owners of businesses that make glassware, make some of these electronics and stuff. So we might be able to network our way into some of those corners of the industry. Hopefully, get to take you guys out and introduce you to growers and people who take uh, the cannabis from growers and make products like the RSO dart, like edibles, like concentrates and stuff. I know they're not going to let us into their operations. I'm not looking for that anyway, but just get to talk to some of those people, as well as, like I said, the growers, especially Empire and some other veteran owned and run operations here in the state. Um, and who knows where we'll find. But but yeah, if you guys have anything you want to check out, let me know. I will do my best. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting around smoking, vaping, dabbing, maybe growing, grinding beans, making coffee, checking out. We'll get away from the AeroPress a little bit. It's still going to be my daily go-to, but if I can find, I think I gave away my French press before I moved up here. But if I can find my backup in the barn, or they're not that expensive, I may grab another one. We'll talk about French press. We may make some cowboy coffee outside one of these days, either here or on the first channel. But yeah, like I said, anything you guys got you want to check out that kind of fits the theme of this channel, just let me know. Glass making is, I find, fascinating to watch. If you've never seen it, shit, it just left my brain. There is, oh, it's a documentary. It was on Netflix. Degenerate Art is the name of the. It's the culture of glass pipes is the name of the full name of. Oh, apparently that's has something to do. There's something to do with Hitler and Nazism. That the art and culture of glass pipes. Let me. A There's a trailer for the documentary here on YouTube, but it is you see some of the best glass blowers in the world doing some insane stuff. It's not terribly long either. Uh, Trying to find the length of the thing, but 2011. So we're 14 years beyond when this thing came out. And I guarantee the technology has changed so much in those 14 years. So this thing was made while I was down in South Carolina, and that's when I found it. So you have glass blowers like Salt, the guy who started JBD, Jerome Baker Designs. You have some of the best known people in the business who got it to where it was in 2011, and some of the greatest glass blowers in 2011 in that video. You see the Bob, not Bob, Bill, shit. The first guy to use borosilicate glass. Uh, and he would go to a dead show and he would have like his hat full of glasses and he would just be like beating them around to each other, drop them on the ground, they wouldn't break. And that's how you get people's attention is the sound of glass hitting each other and everybody's cringing. Um, he's the same one who came up with fuming, which if you don't know, if you ever see a glass called chameleon glass or color changing glass, it's just been fumed with precious metals. We'll talk about that at some point. But the same guy came up with fuming. So it's just the documentary is really informative. It can teach you a lot that I will be kind of imparting to you along the way. Some of it, but you get to see some absolutely ridiculous glass blowing, burning and learning. You just hang out with some local glass blowers. Yeah. I didn't until I helped my buddies open the shop in South Carolina. And I was like, let's go local. Don't do the same thing as all the other head shops in the area and sell nothing but imported glass and then try and have, a case down at the end with heady stuff that's hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It doesn't make sense to me. And they agreed and they went full local, different skill levels. So we could have the price range in there, but, uh, it was life changing getting to know some of those glass blowers. I'd never done a dab hit until I was hanging out with one of my local glass blowers. He lived in Pendleton, South Carolina, near where I lived. So I'd go over on the weekends and hang out with him. And one of the first times I went over, I'm smoking my dugout and bat, watching him blow glass, and he's not smoking at all. And then when he's done blowing, he goes inside to do dabs and puts me out. Literally, the first dab I ever did put me on the floor, blacked out. Um, Freaked him out. So I learned really quick to moderate dabs. Uh, uh, the first time you did it, yeah. If I hadn't put myself down with it, I probably wouldn't remember it either. Gordon just walking around French trying all the food. I bet I would too if I were down there. But yeah. So getting to know glass blowers. And then one of our ended up being a local glass blower when they heard that we were dealing with only local glass blowers. Came down from Greenville. I think I've shown y'all a Chillum that I bought off him. Insane piece. Let me grab that. It's right here. I can see it. So I want to say his name was Jason, but he went by the blowing name of Goat. So I don't know if y'all will be able to see all the work that's in each one of these little stripes of color. Those are actually a whole bunch of glass rods woven together and then stretched out into just a single glass. So this thing is fumed out the wazoo, and then it has all of this work in it. And then he would take, so it's got some trapped air. You can see those fumed bubbles right there. So trapped air technique. And then all of the piece that it was put into was fumed with silver, which gives it that kind of yellow color. And then as it gets dirty, that yellow becomes turquoises and purples and blues and greens. Uh, yeah, that's one of maybe 2 or 3 chillums I have left. I used to blow through chillums because I'd give them away. Only glass you've used for 5 years is a chillum. A good one. I mean, a good one is hard to, especially one that fits your hands because you're supposed to hit a chillum like this. So one that fits your hands, so you can it becomes like a bowl, and you use your hand for the body of the pipe. Um, Not easy to do. Uh, Doing it this way is easier. So smoke it like a cigar. When I go live with you, I'll show you my old ass 2 hose hookah an older buddy gave you. Right on. Yeah, I used to have a 2 hose I got rid of. Now I've got a single hose and I never use it even. But I used to enjoy doing when I used tobacco. I enjoyed my favorite was a pipe, smoking a tobacco pipe, and second was a hookah. Oh, when you go live. Okay. When you go live. I was like, well, come on up. We all live out in the woods. But yeah, I don't smoke a hookah anymore. Roommate uh, enjoys a hookah occasionally. Woo. But let's knock this one out. Oh, I wish YouTube would give me the ability to change my camera. I don't think it does. Makes me wonder if I could find some software that would let me pull that camera up in another browser tab so that I could access it that way. That's what I thought too, Don Ray. Yeah, I'm like, cool. I'm like, cool. We'll set up a shop. We get some equipment. I'll have Bless teach. I'll apprentice to Bless and start cranking out pivots or something for him so he can save some time. But yeah, I had a top down view I set up so we could take a look kind of at all of these pieces next to each other. We can't do it. Not through YouTube anyway. At least not that I can see. Oh well. Anyway. But the food would be banging right before. No, we wouldn't. I'd just go cook outside, bro. uh, that's the plan anyway. Is at some point, uh, Jay and I want to build an outdoor kitchen. I want to build it down there in the foundation area where I take you guys out sometimes. Have the walls kind of block some of the wind. I think I could get like a sun sail to put over the top to kind of block some of the sun and keep some of the leaves off hitting us and maybe block some rain. But I've got two grills of my own. We've got another Weber gas grill in the shed. I've got multiple smokers. Yeah, yeah. So at some point, I'll be able to do all my cooking outdoors. I probably could do it now if I absolutely had to. And that is that. Boom, bonger down. But yeah, eventually have a something like a Blackstone out there. Nice big flat top. Can cook on that. But to start off with, it'll be the smokers, the grill. I want to get my Discata and a badass burner for that. You know, some like 60 to 100,000 BTU wok burner. Yeah. Ernie's rebuilding a smoker. Gonna need the tips from the likes of you and Papa when the time comes. Absolutely. I have a smoker design that I want to build one of these days. Reverse flow. If someone says you smell like goat piss, it's a compliment. What's up, BNA? You talking about Sister Dawn's strain? You have no experience smoking food? Smoking food is all fire management and patience. It really is. Um, don't tinker with your fire very much. Know how much wood you're learn really quick how much wood you're burning to keep it at a certain temperature. Low and slow, and be patient. There are fast ways to do it, and the results can still be good, but they're never as good as they are if you just do it the right way, which is low and slow. You're irresponsible with one and low on the other. You have the patience? Right on. Yeah. I would think you would. So, I mean, it's one of those things that if you have a good smoker and a good firebox, an offset smoker especially with reverse flow, so you can really control that temp really well. If it starts to get away from you, you give yourself the design can give you a little bit of time, depending on how you design your smoker. But yeah, I absolutely have some thoughts I'd be happy to give you, Ernie. I'm sure Papa does too. I'm sure he's got a dream smoker he would love to build. Uh, but yeah, But if y'all, I forgot I just cleaned it too. Favorite grinder of all time, far and away. We'll be talking about this coming up too, because there are very few things that I will ever tell you. This one thing is my absolute favorite. Fuck the rest of them. That grinder is one of them. Yeah, that's a mill. That's a flour mill. Exactly. Donnie. Trying not to block you because I keep trying to highlight a comment and it brings up this big. The one you saw is a custom. He has another larger style that has an offset as well as a stack. Using the same firebox. Oh, so the one you have is a custom. Oh, right on. Yeah, I want to pull behind so I can drag it around and drag it out to a corner and sell some barbecue when Michigan International Speedway or some places nearby is having a race night or something. When they're having when I hear there's a poker run or something going on when it's bike season, stuff like that, I can pull my smoker out and sling some barbecue and make a little coin maybe. But also just so I can put it away out of the way and drag it out when I need something that big. But yeah, flour mill. Absolutely. This is far and away my favorite mill. This little plate on the top screws off so you can dip it in some 710 or alcohol or whatever. This whole piece comes out. So it basically comes apart into pieces and that little beauty ring. So you can take this out and clean it. And you can see that post comes out. So this whole thing breaks down so you can clean just the dirty parts. And there's no teeth. I hate grinders with teeth with a red hot passion. I've given away dozens of grinders in my life because once they start to get dirty or they become a pain in my ass, I'm like, hey, you look like you could use a new grinder. Enjoy. And yeah, that company, that is the Straight Flour Mill, STR8, the number 8. That's what that weird little thing at the end. I want to say they're either made here in Michigan or down in Texas. I forget which. But you can get different plates for this one. They make a cheaper one. This one's going to run you about $120. And they have a smaller one now too. They have a smaller diameter one, 2-inch. I think this is the 2.5. But this is the Elite, and then I forget what the other one is. But you'll notice that the plate is black. Everything inside is black, and you cannot swap out. It doesn't come apart like this one. You can't swap out the plates. This one you can buy a set of 5 different coarseness, different size holes, so you can get different coarseness and stuff. The Detroit, they're out of Detroit. I thought I remembered seeing that. I couldn't remember though. Running an old space case. I've had some others, like I've got a Canna store sitting here, a Cali Crusher, San Jose Cruiser, a lot of them. I've had a lot of them, and most of them, probably after that one, my next favorite was the Cali Crusher, because it had slip threads. The whole top grinder part and the bottom case would slap together, and then you just turned it like a eighth of a turn, and it locked down. So easy to clean. As far as one of the tooth grinders go, and you didn't have to sit there and listen to it squeak, 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 squeak when you're unscrewing it and stuff. I like that one. Gave that one to my buddy Steve, and regretted it because I couldn't find another one after I did that. Uh, but then I found this one, so it ended up working out. But yeah, I have blown through a lot of grinders. That is one thing that I've never been super happy with the ones that have teeth. I keep a couple extras around just in case something ever happens to this. I don't know what it could be because I've got an extra screen to go in there. The other contact part is like 1/8 inch thick stainless steel. There's nothing that can go wrong with it. There's nothing that can come apart. So I mean, I'll end up giving away the grinders I have, but like I said, I've got a Canis store I keep, um, and a no name that's actually one of my other favorite grinders. Just has no name on it, but yeah, yeah. I mean, 40 years I have accumulated. I think for me, just like knives, my equipment isn't necessarily going to be the best equipment for you, but but I've amassed some nice equipment over the years, and I've just like knives and other gear, I've kind of picked out the features that I like on things, and that kind of directs where I go to look at the next thing. So, six ceramic coated one is best if had for a grinder. Those get built up, but takes a while. Oh, I can't. I gotta stop trying to click on everybody's comments. Um, yeah, when it gets built up on the teeth, it just the only way to really clean it well is a stiff brush and some 710 or isopropyl alcohol. So I don't like doing that with aluminum. So it's this thing is the parts that I put in alcohol are all stainless steel. That plate, the center post and screw, and the top grinder wheel, all stainless steel. After that, this right here is stainless steel, but like the outside of that, that's all aluminum. So everything that is being ground is and therefore cleaned is uh, is stainless steel, and even the aluminum is all coated and hard case anodized and whatever. But uh, I never have to clean that with anything more than just like an alcohol, tiny drop of alcohol on a paper towel. So yeah, that thing for me is just so simple to clean, and there's no teeth to sit there and pick around. That is, like I said, there are very few pieces of equipment that I will say this one singular thing is the best I have ever found. And that grinder happens to be the only one I can think of. Sitting here looking at all this stuff on the table, I'm like, I love the other pieces for my personal preferences, but I wouldn't necessarily say to anyone, this is the best one you're going to find. Um, that grinder is it. Uh, Gave my roommate one. The roommate down in Indy one. I don't think I've gotten Daryl one yet. But anybody who I give one to use, they end up buying one, or I get them one, or um, they fall in love with it. Is the long and short of it. That thing, it still gets gummed up, and it gets gummed up fairly quick. But it's so simple to clean that it's like nothing. So take it out, dip it in a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, rinse it off. You might have to scrub it with uh, uh, a stiff brush really quick to get off stuff if you let it build up too much. But it's so easy to clean that every few grinds, if you don't just take it apart and clean it real quick and put it back together, you're asking for trouble no matter what kind of grinder you use. But that thing is seriously baller. And it's got, like, this is a step smaller than the screen that comes with it. And then there's one more screen smaller than this yet. And then there are two bigger than this, or three bigger than this, the one that came with it, and two larger than that. There are 5 screens total, 5 screen sizes total. But yes, if you ever see one for under like $90, grab it. $90 or less, highly recommend. Very, very, very highly recommend. Because around here, the only shops that I have seen them in around here, they're 120. So I used to be able, the one I gave away, I think I bought for like 65, and that was expensive at the time. So that they've gone up with everything else is not surprising. But let's give this baby a try. It's been a minute. And having this camera will actually help me like this fucker. So now the secret to this, like I said, I put that pipe cleaner on there so I can pull it out easier. Otherwise, you got to wrestle it out of the metal part that keeps it cool and protects the glass. There we go. Not necessarily want to pack it all the way to the top either. That'll do, pig. That'll do. There it is. Poker. Another really handy tool. If you are a glass user, get a little tamper there at the end. It's got a little fold out poker. Beep. So, get that. But yeah, pile. Let's fire up this goofy son of a biatch. So, keep the pipe cleaner at what's it going to be for you guys? 3 o'clock? Because it's 9 o'clock for me. Wow. Holy crap. Crispy. Que pasa, brother? Oh, man. Oh, not used to that. It expands so much when it hits your lungs. Oh, yeah. So then take that, derp, rotate little by little. And every time you get a little bit more green hit as you go. Because the number one rule of smoking with me, don't burn the field. Because you light up the entire field on a bowl around me, you get to smoke the whole thing. The first time, I'll help you with it, and I'll warn you about it. But Lock stick. But yeah, who not exactly the smoothest thing you will ever smoke, but it punches you in the face with a column of smoke that it will take you there. Feel burner here. Thanks for the ball. Oh, I just don't get it, brother. I when I first started smoking, I did too. Um, but I learned that if you, let me grab the. Nah, we can do it here. If instead of lighting your bowl like this, if you light it like this and just pull it over the top, as you draw, it pulls the flame over the top. You can get these little slivers, and then the whole thing tastes better as you go. Uh, and then if you're smoking with somebody, I mean, if you're smoking by yourself, do what you want to do. But if you're smoking with somebody else, uh, uh, in my world, like I said, some most people just don't know because a lot of people are just used to smoking alone, so they just. But like I said, in my world, once I figured out that I enjoyed it a lot more if I didn't do that, now I kind of insist that if you're going to smoke my weed with me, uh, don't do that, please. Or you can smoke your weed and your device however you want. That one works as well. Bogart bless. Today I learned. There you go. Like I said, I am all about teaching. Depends on the herb as well as the company for you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean if you're on some outdoor grow that doesn't really have any flavor, you'll still enjoy it more if you don't burn the field. But if you want to get rid of me, that's the way to do it. I ain't even hit the motherfucker yet. Yeah. Oh man, where am I at? Oh yeah, I got the camera. Man, I should just set up a camera to smoke this motherfucker every time. Lights go dim. Can't wait to have you on, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole string of anybody who wants to get up here, man. Yeah, like I said, if I'd have known we were gonna cross 50 today and actually been able to prepare for this and stuff, I'd have been out on the grill. We'd have tried to get Papa to set up a camera, and while he's out smoking stuff, maybe he and Mama hang out. We all fire one up together. I can't wait for it, brother. We do it. We do it. You got the sour D going crispy, right on, man. Another favorite. I love the gas. I'm like Gons. I love that gassy. A newer smoker vid. Oh, you mean an update on what you got going? Hold on, let me get back over there. Oh, Degenerate Art. But yeah, that documentary, if you can find it on Netflix or wherever, definitely give it a look. If you enjoy the art behind glass pipes, um, definitely give that a look. Brother Scott, I need to switch profit of the grind, and I also need to come back over here and share. Oh, got them lollipops. Chimkin lollipops. Oh, I was like, where's the rest of it? That's right. It's because I'm on the profit. Oh, where's this? Come back over here. There we go. Get that down. Adding beans and chicken. Figured we'd check on the ribs. Yeah, I need to figure out what I'm going to be making this afternoon and probably get started on that. Shit, we've been going for an hour and a half. A long sesh. I haven't smoked nearly as much as I should have in an hour and a half. I also need to have a separate studio for this channel, so I don't have all the trappings of the first channel back here. I said I don't know that the folks back there necessarily want to be associated with this, so. Ooh, for me, the coughing usually comes after. Oh, yeah. But sincerely, a big thank you to all of y'all who have subscribed to this so we could finally have our first live sesh today. Pretty much solely by local and never ask what it is. Always fire. That's why the skunky one that I used to have most of the time before I went to South Carolina, I had no clue. We just called it B-Town because it came from somebody who lives somewhere down around Bloomington, Indiana, where I use at. So we just called it B-Town, and it was skunky AF, skunky with a good amount of gas behind it. It was a perfect strain. I wish I knew what it was so I could go find it. Let me pull this back up, Papa. There we go. She rolling smoke. Oh, yeah. Starting to get a little floppy. Not quite. Can't quite do the centipede with it. Not break. Does look good though already. Already starting to get some nice bark on some of them. Got two different rubs on those, Papa, or did you put them in at different times? Because the one on the rack where you're putting the chicken on is, it looked a lot darker even before you moved it back. Chimpkin. Now, how long them lids got to stay on? The chimka pops. I'll leave that play again. Black screen of death. Really? Because I'm seeing it. Okay, hold up. Okay, glad I left it running. Yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, back to that, Donnie. Yeah, when there's no way to find the strain, yeah, it does suck. But you know, there's so many nowadays. But yeah. Yeah, I stayed over there and watched first time. It must not have let you guys see it until I come back over to YouTube. But how long the chicken drummies got to stay on there? You know, and on the bottom shelf. That's what I figured. And then that rack that you're messing with in the middle shelf, what is it? Just already sauced? Anyway, let me shut that off now. I'll get really hungry. 1.5 to 3 hours, no sauce, just rub. See, that's where I prefer all my meat is just rub. I like a dry rub only kind of guy. Let everybody sauce their own stuff. Personally, can taste the smoke, right? Speaking of taste the smoke, let's have one more of these before I shut her down and go start feeding this rumbly tumbly. Good on you, Blaze. Too funny. Want to make a joke about rubbing meat, but I respect the process too much for that. I can appreciate the entendre. I'll either celebrate or drown my tears in barbecue today. That's one silver lining hashtag barbecue. Bonus barbecue, whether it's happy or sad. The tears will just even out the salt levels if that's the case. So rehydrate the meat a little extra. But hopefully you guys come out victorious and three-peat it, and then we can put that baby to bed and give every other football team something to chase for the next 20 years or so. Just having the chance to, right? I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I watched Buffalo do it 3 years in a row and miss all three. So hopefully, Chiefs win it. So y'all can have that three-peat under your belt, and everybody quit talking about it. So it's just done. It's there now. But yeah, and then in 20 years, they change all the rules and somebody buys who knows what, and or turns into what is that movie where football had gotten absolutely stupid. It was an idiocracy. Right. Win or lose, Phillies flipping cars tonight. Shit's gonna burn. But the replacements, yes, that was it. But anyway, go Chiefs. Good luck, Papa, Mama, everybody in the Chiefs Nation. Tampon Stadium. And I appreciate y'all being here. I'm gonna go knock out the last of this incredible before it puts me down on live on camera. And like I said, I'm gonna get busy on lunch. My tummy's been rumbly since Papa started showing us pictures. So hopefully I'll have some great food today, some great friends around you. I appreciate you friends being here with me today for our first live here on the second channel. Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for subscribing, for hanging out. Hopefully, you had a sesh, enjoyed your cup, a bowl, one or the other, both if you had them. But for now, I hope you get good and enjoyed your experience. So, thank you. Stay well, and I'll see you again soon. sometime this week we'll be doing another one when that new piece of gear comes in. Uh, I'll try and put up something on Instagram and here in the community tab. So hopefully it'll notify you one way or another. But for now, that's it. I'm out. Thanks again. I'll talk to y'all soon.